scarlet. Then once again she smiled. It was a much broader one this time. A smile of pure pleasure. "Why, thank you, Matilda," she said, still smiling. "Although it is not true, it is really a very good limerick. Oh dear, I must try to remember that one." From the third row of desks, Lavender said, "It's good. I like it. It's true as well," a small boy called Rupert said. "Of course it's true," Nigel said. Already the whole class had begun to warm towards Miss Honey, although as yet she had hardly taken any notice of any of them except Matilda. "Who taught you to read, Matilda?" Miss Honey asked. "I just sort of taught myself, Miss Honey." "I taught myself to read, according to my mother." So she's not the only one. "And have you read any books all by yourself? Any children's books, I mean? I've read all the ones that are in the public library in the High Street, Miss Honey. And did you like them?" "I liked some of them very much indeed," Matilda said. "But I thought other ones were fairly dull." "Tell me one that you liked." "I liked The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe," Matilda said. "Classic." "I think Mr. C.S. Lewis is a very good writer, but he has one failing. There are no funny bits in his book." "It's true." "You are right there," Miss Honey said. "There aren't many funny bits in Mr. J.R.R. Tolkien either." "That's also true," Matilda said. "Do you think that all children's books ought to have funny bits in them?" Miss Honey asked. "I do," Matilda said. "Children are not so serious as grown-ups, and they love to laugh." "We all love to laugh. Think of Uncle Albert from Mary Poppins." Miss Honey was astounded by the wisdom of this tiny girl. She said, "And what are you going to do now that you've read all the children's books?" "I am reading other books," Matilda said. "I borrow them from the library. Mrs. Phelps is very kind to me. She helps me to choose them." Miss Honey was leaning far forward over her work table and gazing in wonder at the child. She had completely forgotten now about the rest of the class. "What other books?" she murmured. "I am very fond of Charles Dickens," Matilda said. "He makes me laugh a lot, especially Mr. Pickwick." At that moment, the bell in the corridor sounded for the end of class. To be continued. See you next time on Storytime with Eric Zimmer.